We won the game and we're real happy about that. But I'm very, very impressed with how hard Manhattan plays. That's a tribute to their coaching staff, and they play so hard. I'm real proud of Steven as an ex-ball player and assistant coach of mine that he gets his kids to play that hard and never quit, no matter how many points they're down. So we're excited about the victory coming out of 51 days. We have a lot to work on. We did some things well, we did some things poorly, and we don't have a whole lot of time. We're banged up, a little out of shape, so I got to be happy with the win.
We have questions for Coach. Ken, if you have a question. Hold on, sorry. Go ahead, Ken.
Coach, how did you feel John Louis played? He got had a big game shooting, 16 points.
The one good thing about Beric is player development-wise. He came in as a non-shooter, and I told him, I said, if you just focus in on our player development, you will become a good shooter. No different than any of the other guys that have worked hard at the game, and he works very, very hard. He typifies what I want in a recruit, what I want in a ball player. Somebody, every player development session comes to work. He's also turns around. He's an outstanding defensive player, gets on the floor, does all the little things that you want in a basketball player. 8 rebounds tonight, 3 steals, and he only played 25 minutes. So real proud of him.
And Coach, just wanted to ask about Osborne Shima. You got in the game today. How did you feel he did subbing for Nelly?
He's way out of shape. He's only practiced 3 or 4 days. He's coming off a very serious injury, but I could have played the other 2 guys, but I wanted to get him some minutes, get over his nerves and so on. We know he's going to be a terrific player someday. It's not going to be this year because he's only 205 pounds.
Thank you, Coach.
Josh?
Rick, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, great. Rick, in the first half of the game, you guys obviously played really well. You got up 20 at halftime, and I know you've been talking the last few weeks, like you just didn't know what to expect from your team. Did that catch you off guard with how well you guys played in the first half, just, based on what you've been through?
The one thing that I told the guys, we're going to be game ready, not so much from a fatigue standpoint, a conditioning standpoint. I said, but what we did the past week is every single day we played 4 8-minute scrimmages, real live game situations. So for 8 straight days, we played live basketball situations in a scrimmage, game-like situation. So I knew we would be ready. Conditioning-wise, we're not there. A lot of the turnovers are because of their good defense and because of our conditioning.
And then, Rick, obviously, with everything you guys have gone through, what point today did you realize, okay, I'm going to play a game today? Because you had to be a little gun shy, I would think. Well,
I texted Stevie yesterday and I said, do me a favor, put your players in a plastic bubble somehow. And he showed up tonight. He said, we're here. And I expected the referees to come down with something. I didn't know what to expect. It's been a long time. We're real excited to be back on the court.
Mazzano, do you have any questions?
Yes, Coach. Was it a challenge for your rotation in the second half? Obviously, you wanted to hold the lead and win the game, but you probably wanted to rest the guys for tomorrow because of the 51-day layoff. Is that something you were dealing with?
Yeah, I think right now Dylan Vinek wasn't going to play. He's got a bad groin, a bad calf, but we had to have him play tonight. He'll probably, more than like 90%, he won't play tomorrow. So we'll have to go with some of the other guys. There's nothing we can do about it right now. These back-to-back games certainly don't favor us. We're going to play 10 games in 22 days. But we just want to get to Atlantic City without any more problems and see what develops from there.
Thank you, Coach.
Aiden?
Rick, just to follow up on playing your first game in 51 days and playing a team that runs a similar style as Steve does so many things similar to what you do yourself, was that even more of a concern going into this game with this team?
Well, Steve plays like I want to play. I can't get after them defensively like he gets after them. We're a pressing running team, but we can't press right now. Occasionally we can put it on but we don't have the conditioning and the bench to press right now, especially back-to-back nights. So we have a similar style, but his is more like the way we'd like to play down the road, but we can't do it this year.
And with the MAC tournament field likely being set by overall conference wins, just how much more important is this stretch now to make up for lost time and gain some ground going into Atlantic City and possibly getting back into the top 5? What are your thoughts on that?
I really don't care where we finish. I know everybody like to get probably we're not going to get a bye because we're going to be 4 or 5 games less than everybody. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world for us to play as many games, even in the tournament. I've played 4 games in the Big East and won them, won back-to-back Big East championships. And I'm used to the more games we play, I think the better we can become. So that doesn't bother me. Right now, we just want to cut down on our turnovers, pass the ball better, get Asante and Isaiah to play better defense. And we'll improve each game and each day of practice.
And one more, you played 11 guys in the first half. Was getting deep into your bench a key early in the game, especially with the long layoff?
Yeah, I think so. I would have liked to have played actually Osborne a little bit more than he played, but he's still, it's the injury's a mental thing right now. Mentally, he still doesn't feel right. Physically, we did another MRI, he's fine, but it takes players about a week to 10 days when they come back to get over it mentally. It took Colton that way. Asante's missed probably, besides the 30, 40 days of COVID, he's probably missed another 20 with injuries, back, finger, all told, he's probably missed 80% of the season. So we got to get him back in shape.
Thanks, Rick.
Okay, guys, see you tomorrow.
We have Beric, John Luis. If you have questions for him, we'll go, Ken, if you're ready.
Yeah, congratulations, Barrick, on the game today. How did you feel? You really look confident in your shooting today.
Yeah, during the whole quarantine, when we got out, we just did individuals in practice. It was not many of us. Like the guys that didn't get it, we just were shooting a lot, working on it, just being confident with it. And yeah, we just been working on it a lot.
How did you handle being off from basketball for the long stretch and the quarantines? How did you handle that during the very extraordinary stretch?
It was a lot watching TV, eating, a lot of biking. They gave us bikes to ride in the room, and I rode that like twice a day to try to stay in shape. That's hard. I hate the bike, but I had to do it to stay in shape for when we come back to be ready. So it was just a lot of TV and working out pretty much.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Josh?
Barrick, you said they gave you bikes. Tell me more about that. What was that just to keep your guys' legs moving, or what?
Yeah, they gave us bikes. They gave us bikes to every quarantine. They kept it in the room. We'll get on a Zoom call with our strength coach, Shaver, and then we'll do like a 20-minute bike workout. Hard, it's so hard, and we just ride the bike and just to stay in shape, to keep moving.
How did it feel being back out there? Like, what do you think your conditioning was like as a team after having such a long layoff?
At the beginning of the game, it was kind of windy because it was cold. Like I couldn't catch my breath. But after a little while, I felt pretty fine, to be honest, because our practices are kind of harder than the game. So I felt pretty fine.
Were you surprised how well you guys played in the first half? You're up 20 at halftime. You guys shot the ball really well. You didn't have a lot of turnovers and stuff. Probably some of those things you worried about, coming into the game today. It seemed like you guys did pretty well early on.
Yeah, I wasn't really surprised because we've been practicing well for the past couple of weeks, preparing and getting ready for them. So I wasn't really shocked.
What was the hardest part the last, it's been 51 days since you guys played. What was the hardest part about all this? Was it just a mental struggle of not being able to get out there? Tell us what was the hardest part about it.
The hardest part was when we first got out was to get in shape. That was the hardest part. We're in such bad shape. It was actually crazy. And after a few practices, we got back to it. So that's good.
Jim?
Yes. What was it like for you and the guys all day today? I guess, did you talk about maybe being worried that another game will get canceled? Are we really going to get on the court tonight?
Oh yeah. I said, is this really gonna happen all day? I was like, is this really gonna happen? Are we really going to play today? Because we had days where games were canceled on the same exact day where Bobby on the court. So I was like, is this really gonna happen? I was like, it's not happening until the ball gets tipped in the air. So
Absolutely. And what was it like to walk on the court tonight? How were you and the guys feeling at that moment?
it felt good. It felt awesome. It was awesome because it's been 51 days. It's been a long time, and we just wanted to play basketball. That's it.
Right. Thank you.
Hayden?
Barrett, coach was just on earlier, and he mentioned all the things you did, fill in the stat sheet too: 8 rebounds, 3 steals, and playing 25 minutes. How much does his system fit your style of play, and how much has this first year been a smooth transition for you?
His system fits my style of play. I think, to be honest, very perfectly. I'm athletic. I like to run, get out and run. I like to crash the boards, rebound, defend. Mainly defending. I like to defend. So everything works out well. And he doesn't put me down for shooting the ball. He lifts me up. He tells me to shoot the ball. So that's good. Everything is just perfect fit, to be honest.
And just the first few minutes, you got rolling with the 3, and then Isaiah hit the 3 from there to give you guys the lead. What was the mindset after Manhattan got off to a little bit of a faster start, but then you were able to let the game come to you? What was the mindset through the first half?
Just to keep on pushing on them, try to break their press, keep on scoring. Don't even look at score. Just keep on playing and breaking their press and try to score, to be honest, and defend them at the other end. And that was it.
Thanks, Barrett.
Are there any other questions for Barrett? All right, thanks, Barrett.
Bye, guys.
All right, questions for Nelly. We'll go the same order. Ken?
Thank you. Nelly, just how did it feel being back out on the court after the 51-day break? How did it feel for you getting back out there?
Feels really good, like to be able to play games in 51 days and be able to win our first game. It feels really good. And I'm really excited about that.
Very good. How did you spend the break, the COVID, the quarantines, and then getting back the time in the dorms? How did you spend that time?
I spend that time by working out, watching movies, playing music, like riding bikes. So that's how I spend my time. Sometimes after 5 days, we go to the gym and take some shots by ourselves. So it was really helpful for us.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, Nelly, how long did it take you to get back to where you were in better health? Obviously, it was a long layoff, and a lot of you guys ended up getting sick. So, how long was it for you that you were, until you kind of got back to full health?
I think it was not that long because I've been riding the bike. The bike really helped me a lot because I've been riding the bike like 2 times a day. So that really kept me in shape. So it was not that long. Like I was in shape when I come out for quarantine. That really helped me.
And then when the game began today, were you kind of pinching yourself a little bit? Did you expect the game to be canceled at the last minute or something? Because what's been happening to you?
I was really scared, like, because I was even surprised, like, we are playing today because I thought it was not going to happen, like, because our game has been canceled so many times, and I was so excited to play today.
Yeah, and then when you guys did play, you guys played so well in the first half. After such a long layoff, what do you think? What do you attribute, how well you guys played to? Why do you think you guys played as well as you did?
I think play together, play more defense. We move the ball, like play together as a team. That's how we be able to score and win the game.
Jim?
Hi, Nelly. How did you feel tonight? Your matchup went with Warren Williams. You're 2 of the best big men in the MAC conference. It's the first time you faced him. What you think about that?
I think he's really tough. Like he's big. So I'm just trying to do my best. I'm not trying to do too much. Just trying to play. I was just trying to compete with him,
Right. Did you learn anything for tomorrow night to face him?
Yes, I learned a lot.
Oh, great.
I'm ready for him tomorrow.
Okay, great. One last question. Have you ever seen this much snow before?
No, but I've been to Canada though, but it was not that snow. Like,
Right. All right. Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
And Jaden,
Nelly, what was it like out there first time 51 days? And also, if you can, how much have you been able to blend into this style of play your first year? What can you say about your development so far?
I think I'm kind of player that like to run the floor. So I think Coach Rupitino's style will really help me because I'm a player that like to run the floor and score. So I think his style of play will help me. To be able
Thanks, Nelly.
anything else?